Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I did this earth versus fire look. To start things off, we're going to take our Mehron yellow and a sponge, and we're going to start to apply that on the high points of one side of our face. Alright, now that you're done with that yellow, we are going to take a light green. This is also from Mehron. And we're going to take the same exact sponge that had the yellow on it and just swirl it right into the green. And we are going to take that green and just go right around the yellow and slowly start to blend all that in. Now that you have that light green down, we're going to take a darker green and the same exact sponge that we've been using, and you're going to use this dark green to contour your face and your neck. Okay, now that we have our base down, you're going to take any light yellow eyeshadow that you have and apply that right on top of your eyelid. And once you have that yellow eyeshadow down, I'm then going to take a dark green shadow and just apply that to the outer corner of my eye, and then I'm going to smoke it out. Once you are done blending your upper lid, I'm then going to add that same dark green to my lower lid and do the same thing. I'm going to blend it right out. Then to finish up this eye look, I'm just going to take a white pearly eyeshadow and apply that to the inner corner. Now continuing with the same eyeshadow, I'm just going to use that to highlight around my face. Next, I'm going to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and the same green eyeshadow that we used for the outer corner of our eyes, and I'm going to deepen up my contour. Now jumping over to the other side, we're going to take this yellow color, the same that we used for the green, and we're doing the same thing. We're just going to highlight the high points of our face, neck, and chest. Now we're going to take this berry color from Mehron and the same exact sponge, the yellow sponge, and we're going to dip that right into the red, kind of mix up the colors a little bit, and we're going to apply this right around that yellow. Now in order to get these colors blended nicely, I'm going to flip my sponge around, dip that back into the yellow, and then I'm going to do a lot of back and forth. I'm going to blend the yellow into the red and then the red into the yellow until I get the gradient that I like. Now to get an even smoother gradient between the red and the yellow, I'm just going to dip into my eyeshadow palette, pick up the red and yellow colors, and I'm just going to back and forth blend them into each other. Once you're happy with how your colors are blending together, now I'm going to dip into my black eyeshadow with a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to start to add my contour. For this side of our face, we want to make sure that our contour is much darker than the green side and that our eyes are much darker as well. Now with the eye makeup on this side, I'm going to add more yellow eyeshadow to my lid, and then I'm going to take that black eyeshadow and add it to the outer corner, and I'm going to smoke that out, and then I'm going to wing out that black eyeshadow all the way out as far as it'll go. once you're done with your eye makeup, you're just going to continue contouring with the same black eyeshadow. Now to brighten this side up a bit, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just some white powder, and I'm going to start to highlight my cheekbones, my forehead, and my chin. Next, we're going to start adding our roses, and I'm going to use this split cake. It's from Silly Farm. It's called Tattoo Rose, and a 3/4 angle brush. I'm going to dip that brush in water and load it back and forth, making sure that the high tip of the brush is in the white. And then we're going to create our flower petals. You're just going to place that brush down, wiggle, wiggle, and then pull straight up. And since that white color from the roses is picking up the grain from underneath, I'm just going to add a second layer to that once the first layer has dried. And while that second layer dries, I'm going to take this split cake and a smaller angled brush, and I'm going to make sure that the tip of the brush is in the dark green. And I'm going to run that back and forth in the split cake. And then we're going to create our leaves. So what you do with the leaves is you start on one side and you place that brush down, we wiggle, 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 and then flick out. And then you turn the brush around and do the other side. I'm going to place these leaves around the outer edges of our design. Now going back to our roses, now that our layers are dried, I'm going to take the same brush and just start to add center layers into it. So basically the same thing, but you're making those petals slightly smaller. And if you would like for me to make a rose tutorial specifically for just roses, please comment down below and I'd be happy to make one. Next, I'm going back into our dark green and I'm taking a large round brush and I'm just going to add some swirls and vines around the outer edges of our design and going around the roses. Now that we have our main swirls down, I'm going to take a smaller, rounder brush and I'm going to take some black paint and mix it into that dark green, just to make it even darker green. And I'm going in with that finer brush and just making more swirls behind the larger ones, just to give it more dimension. Also with that smaller brush, I'm going to create smaller leaves. So I'm just going to take that brush, go into a swirl, push down hard on your brush, and then flick out, and that's going to create a leaf. Now to brighten this side up a little bit, I'm going to swirl my round brush in some white, and I'm just going to add some clusters of dots here and there. Next, I'm going to take some black and a thin brush, and I'm going to add that line going down the center of our faces, and I'm going to leave some spots open to kind of create that glowing effect in between the two. And once you're done with that black line, just take some yellow and just add it right in the center there. And once you have that yellow down, I'm just going to take a blending brush and just fade that black into the yellow to create a shadow. Now for our lips, I'm going to add some black on the outer edges, and then I'm going to blend some red and yellow in the center to give it that fire ombre effect. And for the green side, I'm just going to take some of that dark green and add that to it, and then I'm going to blend some black in the outer corners. To add some details onto the fire side, I'm just going to add some black tears to my eyes and one going down my mouth, and I'm going to highlight with some yellow and red dots. And to make our earth side more shiny, I'm just going to add some yellow glitter to give it more of that pop. And one of the last steps is our eyebrows. So for the earth side, I just painted my eyebrows green. And for the fire side, I did red in front of my eyebrow and then blended it into black. And this is me accidentally spraying myself in the face with water and having a mini heart attack because I thought everything I just worked on is gone. But it was okay, everything survived. last but not least, just add that highlight to the center gap in between the two faces. And now is the time where you could deepen up your contours and just add your finishing touches. And that is it for this Earth versus Fire look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tag me in it if you recreate it because I want to see. And comment down below what you want to see next. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.